I know you had an addiction. If you're hitting Roxy's and you're snorting powder and you're doing Four Loko, I get it. But then you can't come back in 6 months and come up with this horrific story of what happened.
This is the moment Casie realizes her carefully crafted story has collapsed around her. Casie sits accused of brutally smashing a vase into her boyfriend, Benjamin Thomas Kraft's skull, until he was dead. But she was not yet done with her story, and in the middle of the questioning, her true feelings were about to emerge.
You don't like him?
I mean, it ain't that I don't like him, it's just he's a he's a crack monster. He had a lot of enemies, and he was a hillstar.
Casie attempts to shift blame by villainizing Benjamin. This is when authorities are left to determine whether this killing was a crime of passion or Benjamin played a role in his own death. The terror unfolded on September 2nd, 2013, when a heated argument turned deadly. At a home on Barth Road in Jacksonville's Dinsmore area, 52-year-old Benjamin Thomas Kraft was brutally attacked, setting the stage for a chilling case. Benjamin was repeatedly beaten over the head with a vase until he lay lifeless. Authorities discovered his body in the same construction site on Barth Road, where he had been living in exchange for construction work. While the case was initially suspected as a suicide, further investigation pointed to his girlfriend, Casie Lanee White. What followed next was a chilling interrogation that would turn the case on its head.
So you said when you worked on the house, it was Kevin and Ben that y'all were doing most of the work? Is that right? All right. And how long you known Ben?
About 3 years, I would say.
About 3 years, so you've definitely seen him more than 10 times. And,
Oh yeah. He's another one of them that likes to get drunk and thinks he can control you, or like want to put his hands on you. He thinks because Scotty Boy's done it that he could do it. I heard he passed away.
You heard he passed away?
Yeah.
What did you hear about it?
I heard that he got shot in that same house I was telling you about that we were working at. I heard that he got shot in that house.
Did you hear it from somebody in particular, or just?
Well, I heard it from my pop. He said that somebody from down around that little corner area right there came to the house and said that that Ben got shot in that house. Which, I mean, he had a lot of enemies, and he was a hillstar. So, I mean, it could,
When was the last time you've been in Jacksonville? You said you've been staying in Callahan most of the time.
Thank you. Right before, what was this last holiday we had?
It was Labor Day.
Right before Labor Day. I want to say Labor Day was on a Monday. I was in Jacksonville that Saturday, matter of fact. Labor Day was Monday. So I would say that was the 2nd. What would have been the 29th or the 30th maybe? That Saturday. Because on Labor Day, my Aunt Sherry had a cookout or whatever. So yeah, that was.
In Jacksonville, she had a cookout?
Yeah.
She had a cookout on Labor Day, and you were at the cookout?
No, I wasn't at the cookout. I just talked to her on the phone. That's how I know it was.
So when are you saying?
I was in Callahan.
You were in Callahan.
Yes, on Labor Day. But I was in Jacksonville that Saturday before that.
Okay.
Where were you that Sunday?
That Sunday, Callahan.
So you came back to Callahan Saturday or Sunday?
I went back to Callahan. Look, I came to Jacksonville that Saturday. Later on, like Saturday night, I went back to Callahan.
Okay.
You're kind of confusing me here now.
Listen, there's a lot of these questions that we pretty much have an answer to. There's places people go. There's video surveillance. There's places people go and you get seen on video, or lots of people tell you stuff. And then what we have to do is we have to figure out how true it is.
Right.
Just because somebody says it doesn't mean it's true.
That's right.
So we have to go on what can we physically see.
Right.
So, and we're not trying to trick you. It's not about tricking you. We're asking you for the truth. That's what we're asking you for. Mm-hmm. And at the end of the day, we have to decide, how truthful is it. Okay, does that make sense?
Yeah.
So Saturday you go down to Jacksonville. Saturday night.
Saturday morning, I went to Jacksonville.
Okay.
Saturday night, I went back to Callahan.
Okay. Have you been back to Jacksonville since then?
That Sunday, I was in Jacksonville too. Me and my boyfriend and his mom rode to Callahan. We went to the meat store. We went to the dollar store right there on this one.
Who's your boyfriend?
name is David.
Okay, so now I'm getting confused. Saturday morning you go to Jacksonville. Sometime Saturday night you go back to Callahan.
Mm-hmm.
And
And
then
then Sunday, we went back to Jacksonville. We went to the meat store right there on US 1. There's a meat store, what's it called? Harold's Houston.
was that Sunday morning y'all went
That
back?
was like Sunday afternoonish, I guess you could say. Probably 10, 11 o'clock, whatever you consider that morning.
Y'all went to the meat market?
We went to the meat market and went to the Dollar General right there. To the racetrack.
And who is it you're with? You, David, and
Me, David, and his mom. And then we went back to Callahan. And I haven't been back to Jacksonville since then, matter of fact.
So Sunday, what time do you think y'all went back to Callahan?
Around 2 o'clock maybe. Maybe between 2 and 4.
Casie attempts to reinforce her lies by comparing Benjamin to her ex, Scotty Boy. Contrary to her claims of being in Callahan on the night before the murder, surveillance footage places her in Jacksonville. To further prop up her lies, Casie shifts blame onto her so-called boyfriend David and her acquaintance Kevin. At the time, Casie was entangled in a complicated web, romantically involved with Benjamin while also seeing David. In the final months before everything unraveled, the lines between those relationships had begun to blur. She was, in effect, in 2 relationships at once. This is textbook deflection, a tactic Casie uses to project her own guilt onto others. But detectives see right through it and are about to push Casie toward the truth.
You didn't come back to Callahan and never go back to Jacksonville.
Yes, we did.
Okay. Well, what if I tell you I have proof of you being in Jacksonville at 8 p.m. Sunday night?
I would ask you to show it to me.
No, it's not my job. I don't have to show it to you. What if I have proof to say I can tell you who you were with?
At 8 p.m. on Sunday. Well, tell me then, because I do drink a lot, so I'd like you to refresh my memory, because that's been what?
Here's where it's going to get real, okay? Detective Simpson and I.
Just get down to the point. She's analyzing me. She knows, she can tell when I'm telling the truth when I'm not right now, and I know she can.
here's the thing, Casie. Here's what I want you to understand. Sometimes things happen.
Okay, can I go on here and break it down for y'all?
Yeah.
Okay.
Take your time.
Me and Butthole were drinking. Okay?
When?
We were drinking. Okay, I gotta get this off my chest anyway. We were
I want you
drinking.
to.
An altercation occurred. I had called my boyfriend to come pick me up. I said, look, you need to come pick me up. I said, because old dude's acting stupid, whatever, blah, blah, which he didn't like me being there around a bunch of annie.
The boyfriend.
David, right. I went to my pop's house. I left from down at the corner, went to my pop's house. I said, Pop, poor dude's down there acting stupid. He said, I'm fixing to go down there. I said, you ain't going down there. I said, you didn't go down there at motherfucking house when they come all armed up. I said, you ain't going down there now because I ain't going to let you go down there. And, so I let pull off and I went back down there. I said, is my cell phone here? He said, you ain't got no cell phone anymore. I'm trying to think. It seems like somebody was leaving, coming maybe. I had a little buzz at this time because I done went to the house, drank me a couple locos. But me and him got into a struggle and I left the house. When I was walking down the Moncrief Dinsmore, somebody I knew picked me up and gave me a ride to my pop's house. The next day, I went back to Callahan. The next day, I got a call through somebody else, and they said that old dude had been shot in the head. But me and him had gotten into an altercation.
Casie, I don't think you shot him, okay? I don't think you shot him.
I haven't shot either. The only things I've ever shot in my life were deer.
But I need to know what you did to him to eliminate what has happened, okay?
I mean,
We're not,
I was defending myself.
okay, tell me what happened so we can understand that.
To the best of my knowledge, when he grabbed me and he hit me, I went to hitting him.
What did you hit him with?
And then, hold on.
Okay.
And then it seems like I was trying to get out the window and he pulled me back in the window. I would say the nearest thing to me at the time I probably would have picked up and hit him with it. But at this right now, I've been trying to replay it in my mind and I don't recollect what I picked up, but I know I picked up something and hit him with it. And
Where do you think you hit him at? On his body.
arm, neck maybe.
Okay.
Cause I mean, he's taller than me, you know.
Was he up at the time or was he straight?
Well, I was the one pretty much at the time that had the buzz going on, cause said that he'd been sitting down there and been needing me to go to the store for him. Well, I was sitting at Pop's house drinking, so I guess his buzz was wearing off or whatever. But, I mean, yeah, we got into a tussle or whatever, but, I mean, I heard the man was shot. So I don't know my pop said, oh, well, the police think that you killed Ben. And I'm like, well, I ain't killed anybody to my knowledge. She's like, well, you don't think maybe when y'all was down there struggling, whatever, blah, 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 that maybe. I said, well, Pop, I'm going to tell you this. I said, if somebody is messing with you, what are you going to do? I'm going to try my best to get them off of me. I said, well, I'm a female, that's what I'm going to do too. And he's like, well, supposedly he was beat up and he was shot too. I said, well, I can tell you right now, I ain't shot nobody. But as far as, have I put my hands on that man? You're damn right I did, because he put his hands on me.
Rather than telling the truth, Casie fabricates stories on the spot. The truth of the matter is, even if Benjamin's abuse was real, Casie's hidden role in the altercation raises red flags. Furthermore, her claim of not remembering the weapon is far from convincing. Despite all this, her act of self-defense cannot be overlooked. With the evidence stacking against her, detectives are about to confront Casie about her cover-up.
When you went back to your dad's house, Jimmy, your dad, everybody, at some point sees you burn something.
Sees me burn something?
Right. Sees you burn something of yours, your possessions. And we have it. We have some evidence. We've been doing a lot. We didn't even have a chance to talk to you yet.
I personally haven't burnt anything, but it came up that there are some things of yours here, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to burn them. Okay, well, do whatever you think you got to do.
So who told you that?
This was Jimmy telling me, you know, you got some clothes here, you got some stuff here, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, you know, what do you want me to do? And he's like, well, I'm going to burn them.
So Jimmy told you he was going to burn them?
Yeah, he told me he was going to burn them. I said, well, you know, for what? He's like, I think it's just best that they get burned.
Let me tell you this. At the end of the day, a lot of people have to decide whether or not you had the right to defend yourself.
Right.
Okay, does that make sense to you?
I can tell you this. The mother that was in the green shirt, Rodney, the last picture you showed me, he seen me and Ben getting into an altercation. He came up there while me and Ben were arguing. Ben, I forget what it is. He had something in his hand, and he slung, I think it might have been a pack of cigarettes. And he slung a pack of cigarettes, and he said, and Rodney said, damn, man, why? He said, you know who she is? He said, that will whip your fucking ass. And he's like, now needs to. And he said, I'm going to tell you this right now. He said, she ain't going to do nothing unless you put your hands on her first. And it was pretty much like he was just taunting me, you know, just slinging shit. Like if there's a dog in a cage and you keep taunting that dog, when that dog gets out, that dog's going to get your.
And so at one point you went home and told your dad that he was
after Rodney, it wasn't even dark yet. And I can remember it wasn't even dark yet.
You know what time you went to the Family Dollar with Ben? In your dark green army green shorts and black tank top?
That was like a week or so before that.
That was that Sunday night. We've got the video surveillance from the Family Dollar.
Dark green army shorts?
They were short. Almost this color, to be honest. Maybe a little bit darker. And a black tank top. Right? And y'all bought some drinks.
We bought drinks and did we buy a citronella candle?
I don't remember a candle. I remember a gallon of water and a 2 liter something, I believe. Don't quote me on that. But I can tell you it was 8 o'clock, 8:04, it's right at 8 o'clock on Sunday night, and it was you and Ben. Nobody else. No David. No your mom, David's mom.
At that time it wasn't even dark.
It was close. Yeah.
I mean, it was getting dark. By 9 o'clock it was completely dark, but I guess it's close to time change, or maybe time has changed, and it's getting dark by 8 o'clock now.
Sure.
But, what did you just ask me though?
Rodney says he left about 11 or 12 o'clock that night. And y'all were still there. You and Kevin had gone home.
Yeah, I wasn't there. I wasn't at Ben's at 11 or 12 o'clock that night.
When did this fight happen between you and Ben?
This fight, it was still daylight, no.
A little bit dark.
We argued, then I left, and when I came back, it was about dusk. It was like, almost dark or whatever.
Why'd you come back if y'all was arguing?
Just to check on him, because I know how he gets, and I've seen him fall down and hurt himself and flip on bicycles. He's an accident prone. He kept calling my pop's phone from somebody else's phone, and my pop's like, what's this phone number? I said, I believe that. I said, I think it might have been Richard's phone. And I was like, I think that's Richard's number, man. And he answered it. And he was like, hello, and it was Ben. And he was like, do you want to talk to him? And I was like, yeah, let me talk to that motherfucker. And he was like, are you coming back down here? I said, as long as you're not going to be being a I said, I walked away because I don't like to argue with you. I was like, I'm sorry, I miss you, I love you. Yep, we went to the store, and when we came back from the store, Rodney was there before we went to the store, because I remember having to run Rodney out of the house. And because how you got in and out of the house was Ben would go out, you lock the door, you locked all the windows, you climb out the window, which didn't make no sense because somebody could have climbed right back in the same window, I found out.
A bedroom window or another window?
Bedroom window at the
Because you're really only using that one bedroom front.
Well, there was no kitchen sink.
Right.
I mean, there was barely even a toilet, and nothing worked in that house. I mean, nothing. I mean, I don't know if the water worked except for electricity. It's like, before I was helping them redo that house, like they went through and just gutted the whole house or whatever. But the house was so nasty anyways. I mean, they should have lit a match to that one.
Casie's admission to burning her belongings exposes her intent to destroy evidence. Moreover, her silence to police after the murder depicts cold calculation instead of fear. In the moments ahead, detectives are about to pressure Casie into describing the weapon she used for killing Benjamin.
I know you had an addiction. If you're hitting Roxy's and you're snorting powder and you're doing Four Loko, I get it. But then you can't come back in 6 months and come up with this horrific story of what happened. You understand?
Okay, yeah,
well, I remember now, my amnesia's gone.
Right.
Okay? You're not stupid. No one in this room thinks there's anything stupid about you. You understand everything I'm telling you.
I want to say maybe it was an ashtray.
Yeah? Is there anything that you've told us to this point that's, other than the beginning of, you weren't with Ben on Sunday night, we all clearly know that was obviously not true.
Right.
Anything else that you've told us that haven't been true to this point?
No.
Do you think that we've treated you fairly?
We all been straight, yeah.
I don't want you to feel like there's been any type of, intimidation or anything in that manner.
No, I mean, y'all are, it ain't like how you see on the show where like,
there's no point.
Yes, I mean,
there's no point in that.
Right.
Listen, I know people. You were right. I know people. And if I treat you you're going to shut down and treat me
Mm-hmm.
That's not what I'm here for. If I wanted to be treated on a Friday night at 6 o'clock, I could have stayed my ass in Jacksonville. Okay? And found some more people from Dinsmore.
Right.
I'm not here for that. I'm here for your side of what happened. Because unbeknownst to you, we've got these experts that came in and did a lot of work in that room. It won't be us saying what you did. It will be them saying
right, like CSI or whatever.
And it's better than that, because in TV they do it in an hour. Like I said, it took this guy 3 days. But he took his time, and he will come in and he will tell the court what happened. And that's what you want to avoid, because you have a tale to tell. And we're giving you every opportunity to tell it. Every opportunity. Asking you, did you tell anybody about your injuries? I'll talk to anybody you want me to talk to.
Well, out of people you talked to, they didn't tell you what I would have told them that I hit him with?
They did. They did. And Casie, honey, the reason we can't tell you is, remember the long-handled spoon? I can't feed you.
Okay.
If it don't come to you, I don't want you to come to court later on and say, well, I only said it because they told me.
Right.
Not going to happen.
Okay, I get you on
Not going to happen. So yes, I have pictures of it. It's at the lab. I'm going to be able to say what happened. But see, that's what I want you to understand. You don't want us to stack all this stuff up. Do you think, let's say you hit him with this. I know that's not going to hurt him, but let's say this is a damn big old pipe. Right? This pipe can't talk. This pipe can't say what happened before the pipe came into the picture.
Right.
Only you can talk. But if you're bullshitting about the pipe, then I'll tell you what I'm going to do with the rest of what you said.
It'll all be bullshit too, right?
It'll all be bullshit too. So, I'm not telling, the bottom line is I want the truth. I don't want you to make anything up. I don't want you to feel pressured. I don't want you to just talk to us and tell us some shit because here we are and we're not going away. That's not the case. We're going to give you a fair amount of time. At the end of the fair amount of time, he and I are going to say, okay, have you told us everything you want? Yep. All right. Appreciate it. Thank you. I'll shake your hand. We'll go about our business. We have other stuff to do. So this is about being fair to you. Whether you think it is or not, it is. I wouldn't be asking these questions if I didn't want the answers from you? These people are going to have to come to court. There's just no doubt about it. And they're going to have to tell, and they understand that.
Might have been a vase. I want to say it was a vase. Like a vase, maybe. A glass vase.
Do you remember what color it was?
Clear, maybe.
About how big?
Maybe that tall.
Okay. Was it something that was inside the house sitting on his furniture or whatnot?
Let's see. I'm coming back through the window. I'm coming back a little bit. Radio set right here.
Was the radio on or off?
It was a... I can't remember that.
All right.
I know we were listening to the radio that day.
Okay.
Though traditionally a two-person strategy, the detective plays both good cop and bad cop single-handedly, then softening again the moment cooperation begins. This is a deliberate tactic built on emotional and psychological contrast. Up next, Casie is about to point the finger at her father for helping destroy evidence.
But see, here's my thing, Casie. You get to your pops. You ran all the way home, got some sticker in your foot. You run all the way home and he realizes you got blood all over you. That means somebody is back there and something bad has happened to him. Did anybody call the police for him?
No.
So you left him lay there. That's the bottom line. No matter what. No matter what you think happened to him.
Right.
No matter what you remember happened to him.
Right.
You
The
left him lay
responsible
there.
thing would have been to do was call the police.
And you could have went to the racetrack, dialed 911 from the payphone. You know you could have. You could have sent.
Well, actually, there ain't no payphones at no racetrack. I don't believe there was any payphones.
Well, you know somebody.
Yeah, I get your point. I could have went to the neighbor's house or anything.
If you left him bleeding, I mean, I understand if you didn't realize it, but see, I think you did. I know why. There's some evidence in the house that tells us when you were in your shoes
And when I was out of my
and
shoes.
when you were out of your shoes. And we can't make that up. We can't change it. We can't fix it. We can't make it go away. The one thing we can't change is the physical evidence. So it seems to make sense that you probably realized, now I'm not saying you realized he was dead. I don't think that.
I realized I didn't have my shoes on. And I turned, before I even got out of the house, I said, where are my shoes at? And I went back in the bedroom and grabbed my shoes. He was laying on the, matter of fact, because I brought the blankets down there.
I know it sucks, but you gotta say it.
We struggled. We got an altercation. I picked up the thing that I had moved, the vase that I had moved from where the TV is to where the dresser is. He swung at me when he seen me grab that. And then when he swung at me, he was losing, like about the stumble or whatever.
Balance.
And I hit him. I can remember hitting him 4 times. That's what I can remember is hitting him 4 times.
After he swung at you the first time with his fist, does he swing at you again?
Yeah, he's swinging at me. But I think I threw his arms down and hit him again. Yeah, I think that's, I believe, when he swung at me, he missed. I swung at him, hit him with that vase.
How bad that pissed you off when he was swinging at you?
How bad that it pissed me off? It wasn't the fact that it was pissing me off. It was the fact that the way he was and that he had no reason to be like that. Just, because he wants to be in or because somebody hollers at me and, oh, hey, oh, what's up, girl, or whatever. It doesn't piss me off. It more hurt my feelings than anything that he would treat somebody like that. And I was the only person that went down there and helped him do anything. Everybody else wanted to use him. Oh, well, what has he got? Well, if you ain't got nothing, I'm the only person, regardless if he had money or not, if he needed somebody to talk to or whatever, I was there. Everybody else, he was a benefit for everybody else. All them people that say that's their friends. Right. He was okay, if I send you to the doctor, then I can make this much money off of you. But after that, I don't want nothing else to do with you till it's time to go about shit like that, And I'm trying to tell him, these people right here ain't doing nothing to using you, man. You need to go home to your mom. You need to get the fuck out of Jacksonville.
Do you remember what you did with the vase?
No, I really don't remember what I did with the vase. I remember.
Did you go through anything else in the room before you left? And remember, you have those things called fingerprints on file.
Yeah.
And we may or may not know something.
I can remember till I got my shoes on, grabbing my flip-flops, and from the time I ran out of that front door and went to my pop's house, that's like a blur. That's like a streak of blur right there. I didn't even remember, I didn't even know I had that thing on my foot until after the fact, till like a day later. I didn't even.
Who's Biscuit?
Biscuit.
Well,
That's
yeah,
a random drug dealer, I should say. I mean,
Did you see him that night?
I seen him that day.
Despite her father's advice to dispose of her bloody clothes, Casie left some behind. This proves that amid the calculated killing, Casie suffered confusion. Casie claims to have had 4 or 5 physical altercations with Benjamin over 3 years. However, none of them reached such a fatality. She attributes her defensive reaction to previous abuse from Scotty Boy. With this in hand, detectives are about to call Casie out on her lie about Benjamin being shot.
It was, to be honest with you, it wasn't like I didn't. Sometimes you know right off the
So in
bat.
other words, when I got in the, I guess you could say in the state of mind that I was in at that time, I probably just kept right on and didn't stop until something clicked in my head maybe.
Something happened, yeah, something real bad. A lot of people did think he was shot. Casie, I'm telling you, he was not shot. I know that it's not what you want to hear, okay? And the last one I want to be is the one to tell you that. But I'm not going to lie to you. That's why I was trying to make you understand that it is so important because there are people that he showed you, every one of them have told us something. I'm not going to tell you what they've told us. You'll learn. You have to. It's part of your process. But there's people that we didn't show you as well. There's pieces of this puzzle. Listen, I get that you were jacked up. I get that the alcohol was ruling the roost in your brain. I get it. Based on what I know.
And I'm not a violent person like that though.
Well, nobody is until, well, like you said.
And, but when I get pushed to the point like that, sometimes it gets.
Well, it's obvious what it got to be. I'm going to lay it out for you. Nobody else did this to me. This is the result of what happened. Sometimes people can fall off the front porch and hit their head, and it could kill them. It just depends on how and where you're hit. Now, the beauty of this is, for us, is that we know where he's been hit. And we know how many times. And it's not because we went and counted. It's because a medical examiner did an autopsy. And I watched the whole thing. And based on what I saw, I mean, you hit him a lot.
Did I?
No, which, like you said, you remember however many times?
I mean, in my mind, I can remember hitting him 4 times. That's what I remember.
To be honest with you,
And then I
4 would have done it.
I remember hitting him. Seems like he fell. And I thought, I need to get away from this motherfucker, probably in my mind. I went to go run out the house. Well, I didn't have my shoes on.
You think you hit him after that too?
No, because I'm really not into kicking people when they're down.
How many fights do you think you had?
Me and him?
Mm-hmm.
Since I've known him, I would say, like physical fights.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe 4 or 5.
In the 3-year period.
Yeah. Physical, like.
Physical
I
fights.
mean, like arguing.
Somebody puts hands on somebody. And up to this point, no, it hasn't gotten this bad.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Is there any chance that you had, in your mind, is there any chance that because of the way Scotty Boy and you went through it, that this might have made you a little bit madder than normal?
I know ever since me and Scott's been split up, if I get hit by a man, it's just like something just inside of me, and it's because I know that a man can hurt me.
Here's the thing.
And
if I
can't say it's Scotty Boy's fault, but he didn't help the fact. I love Scott, like I'm saying, he put me through a lot of shit.
So if there's any little scars on you, if there's any little something on you that Ben did, I need to know today so we can document.
I healed up fast though. I mean,
well, heal up fast. He don't heal up from what happened to him. I mean,
no, I said I heal up fast.
I know. What I'm pointing out to you is that was a hell of a fight. You talk about the brakes beat off of you. He got the brakes beat off of him. So in my mind, that kind of fight.
There was a scrape on the back of my leg from when he pulled me back to the window, but it's gone. It's been gone.
Do you remember telling or showing one of your friends, maybe somebody in that pack right there, any bruising on you?
Yeah, a bruise on my arm and a scratch on the back of my leg.
Who did you show that to?
My pop.
Your pop.
Although Casie attributes her inconsistent narratives to memory loss from violence, it can explain how Casie, his killer, could mistake a beating for a shooting. This proves her stories had finally dried up. Now the questioning will take a new direction as detectives are about to zero in on Benjamin's role in fueling Casie's addiction.
It's just, that was his way of trying to, I guess, be the macho person in the situation, because he never would really say nothing until there was other people around.
Had you guys broken up? Like, I mean, I know you're on again, off again with him or David or whoever, but had y'all broken up in that couple of days prior to that, or a day, or did he broke up with you and then y'all got back together?
Ben?
Yeah. Was there any talk of that, like him saying, "Look, I'm done with you. I don't love you anymore. We're broke up."
No.
But then y'all got right back together.
No, he's never
said that. To you?
He's whatever, but for us, I'm done with you, and no, never. He's never.
Was
never.
he? I need you to be honest with me. Was he a source of pills or coke or whatever for you?
He was just.
I'm not saying he would sell it to you. Would he give it to you?
He was just somebody pretty much for me to hang out with, so I didn't have to be at my pop's house down there with all the crackheads and all this bullshit going on down there. It was pretty much like a getaway. And plus, at the time, we were fixing the house up, or not fixing it up, but I guess you'd call demolition the house.
Yeah, that was pretty awful.
Yeah, I mean, you should have seen it before all the shit got moved out of the house. They had shit, like, say this is the wall, where the top of that little thing is, they had shit stacked all the way up there. I'm talking good. Me and him got in there with shovels and shoveled instead of, hey, go pick it up or whatever. You literally had to, like, show the hoarders, literally had to just scrape the house with shovels. Yeah, it was nasty.
Pretty awful. Huh?
Yeah, awful.
Let me ask you a question. If this is the bedroom, this is the door where you walk in, there's that collar dresser there, there's like a nightstand here, and a cooler here. The vase was it on this thing or the bigger, taller dresser?
This thing, because this right here was slid up in the corner.
Yeah, it's a little closer to mine.
Mm-hmm.
My diagram's not the best. Okay, so it was here. Okay.
When you left, where was he laying? You were about to get your shoes.
That's a TV and that's a coffee table.
And that's the window.
Yeah.
Okay, these are the two windows that are facing the neighbor's house.
Yeah.
Yes.
Seems like he was laying in this area right here.
In this corner over here.
Because this right here looks at the street, right?
Absolutely.
And okay.
That's the little ramp out.
Okay, yeah.
Chain link fence.
Yeah, he was
across
laying
Barth Road.
around in here somewhere, yeah.
Okay.
Was he saying anything?
I don't remember him saying that. That seems like the TV might have been on, but I don't know if the TV was on. And when you asked me about the radio, I'm still in my mind trying to remember if the radio was on or not.
Yeah.
Can't recall that part.
You know, Casey, I gotta tell you, girl, earlier in the evening when he got stupid, probably a good idea to stay away from him.
Yep, when I left that first time and he called, I went back down there.
Tell me the things you did wrong here that night.
What I did wrong?
Yeah, what's the wrong?
Knowing he was trying to pick a fight with me, I went back down there.
Okay, that's one.
And after we got into an altercation, I should have called the police.
Mm-hmm. You think he deserved to catch that beating like that?
Well, at the time, obviously I thought that he needed his ass whooped, but I didn't know that it was going to turn out to be, what it turned out to be.
Now that you know that that's how it's turned out, how's that sit with you?
It don't sit with me good at all. It doesn't.
If you had this to do all over again, what changes?
If I had this to do all over again, knowing what I know now, what I didn't know then, I would have just stayed the hell away from him, period.
Mm-hmm. Well, what happens if you didn't, and he took a swing at you? Then what?
Or if I would have seen him somewhere,
you
took a
were
swing at
sane,
me,
no drugs, no nothing.
and he took a swing at me, like how I am right now, if he took a swing at me,
Yeah.
Well, if he'd have swung at me and missed, I probably would have hit him and hollered.
Mm-hmm.
But if he'd have swung at me and hit me, I'd have stood right there and toe to toe with him.
Fought him like a man.
Yeah. Now, years ago, I wouldn't have done that. But that comes from getting the bricks off of you. Yeah, having to feel like you have to fight to survive, pretty much.
Is there anything else that you think you need to tell me? Anything that you've forgotten? Anything I haven't asked you? To be fair to you, is there anything I haven't asked you that you want to say? This is your day. So when you were hiding in the closet, were you running from us, or were you really running from the child support warrant? You had to know
Be
this was
honest.
coming.
Be honest.
What do you think I was going
Well, I know,
to
but I wanted to hear it from you.
Yeah, and of course I wasn't going to be like, well, hey,
By the way, I hit somebody in the head.
But if I would have gave them my real name that night, they was going to let me go because I didn't have no warrants out.
While abuse and codependency define Casie and Benjamin's relationship, it doesn't erase the role in his death. This raises the difficult question of whether the circumstances warrant a more lenient sentence. Casie was handed a life sentence without the possibility of parole on March 20th, 2015 in Jacksonville, Florida. She was charged with second-degree homicide of her boyfriend with a weapon.